Hello everyone, welcome back to some more of Virtue's Last Reward. Last time, a great deal of things happened, if I recall. Let me see. If we look at the flowchart here, right. We went down the blue door route past the pressure exchange chamber into the second AB game, where we picked Ally. Let's see, after we picked Ally, Alice went missing. I think she said she was going to the crew quarters because she was feeling lethargic or something. And then, as we're looking for her, we find her, and she's dead. And then Clover gets hysterical and basically says that, oh, she could have been murdered by any one of us. And so we really have to prove that she wasn't actually murdered. Problem is, we can't, because there's a lock here. Not sure if I'm in the right place. Whatever, music's fine. Anyways, yeah, there's a lock here, which essentially just means that, how do I put this? With locks like these, we have to get a piece of information that exists in a different route, one of these other question marks here, that will unlock this lock. In other words, we can't progress down this route till we get a certain bit of information we can get from a different route. So yeah, we had enough time to do the betray route of this AB game, where we got Tenmyoji's first game over, which is, I think, Clover tried to seduce us, succeeds, and leaves. That's it. Anyways, here we are, back into just before the second round of chromatic doors. We're gonna go through the red door, which I believe is the laboratory. So, good. Go through the red door with Dio. Ooh, okay. We haven't really dealt with Dio all that much, have we? I'll take Dio. That means the red door for us.
Whoa. Betting on the dark horse, huh? It feels kind of weird to say that about myself. Anyway, might as well be polite. Thank you.
Are you okay with that, Clover?
Well, I don't really trust him, but if Alice really wants to go with option B...
Yes, this works fine.
Because then they get to go with Tenmyoji, huh?
Kay, Tenmyoji, and I will take the green door.
Alright.
It's not great, but it's better than Dio. I'm good.
Well, I'm willing to do option B. Quark should be fine if he's with Luna.
Okay. I'll take good care of him, I promise.
What about Phi and Kay?
No problems here. I'll take Quark and Luna and we'll do the blue door.
I also approve of option B. I will take the green door, correct?
Yeah, good. Looks like we're all set. Kay nodded and handed Quark gently to Luna.
10 seconds remain until chromatic doors close.
Come on, guys, hurry. The door's already closing.
Coming!
I know!
With seconds to spare, we leapt across the threshold.
2, 1, 0.
Alright.
Chromatic doors closing.
Right into a puzzle. What is this? There are 3 different doors.
Which one do we take?
Dunno, but it looks like they're all locked anyway.
So this is a dead end? Great.
No, hold on. What's this thing?
Well, it's got a lever on it.
Don't get too attached. It's probably a lever.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
pretty good, huh? Am I great or what? Huh?
Hey, Sigma, is this chick simple or something?
I wouldn't rule it out. Let's just take it easy with her, okay?
Hey! What kind of a gentleman has a secret conversation in front of a lady? Just secrete secrets. Oh man, I'm good.
Sigma, please, let me give her a smack.
I wouldn't do that. What if it only makes her worse?
Well, I think that's enough genius comedy for now. How about we throw that lever?
I thought you said we should stay away from it.
Well, you don't really think anything bad's gonna happen if you pull it, do you? Besides, it's not like we can go back.
Fine, I'll do it. Ready? Here we go!
Huh. The center one opened.
Looks like the others are still locked, though.
Through the center one then. Forward!
Without waiting for a response, Clover marched to the door. Dio and I shared a glance, shook our heads, and followed. What is this place?
Well, it said laboratory on the door, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I figure that means they're dissecting frogs or building mine rays or something.
A laboratory? Huh.
Do you think they might research stuff like viruses here? If they do...
Good idea. Wait, what did it say? Oh, yeah. We might be able to find some of that Excelivir,
If we do, we can cure Quark.
which we know from other routes has to be in here then, huh?
You really think it'll be that easy?
Well, somebody's a positive thinker.
Shut it. Just saying, this place hasn't exactly been set up for us to succeed so far.
Well, we won't know until we look. So, let's get started. Alright, once again, it's time to seek a way out. Let's do this. Alright, so I guess first things first, let's look around, see what we can find here. Is this a brain in a jar? Seed. Oh. What is this? It's black. There's nothing going on here. Not on. Is this a microscope? Is that a centrifuge up there? Pitch black in the eyepiece. 4 holes. Yeah, this feels like it's a centrifuge of some kind. Huh. Okay. What are these? Oh. Something on this tray. Empty capsule, huh? Alright then. And more seeds. Okay. What is this? What is this thing? It seems to be... Oh, some in this one at least. Alright. Binders. What's in the binders? 2 pieces of paper. Hydroponics Research 1 and 2. Okay. Prepare the 5 different hydroponic fluids. Dilute with ratio. 1 part fluid, 10 parts water. Each fluid has a distinct color. Prepare the 5 types of plant seeds. Okay. Guess we'll have to get... We have 2 seeds already. That's good. Shown that there's a distinct repeatable relationships. Okay. Long seed can fail to germinate in 3 of the fluids. Okay. Round seeds in fluid B and D fail to germinate. Okay. Oh, is this like a liar's game where like each one is a lie and you have to do the right order? Alright then. And what's this? Binder. Steps for dissecting a frog. Remove specimen from ethanol. Dispose of ethanol. Ethanol will be filtered and gathered. Begin dissection. But do it all inside the fume cupboard. Okay. Let me see what hydroponic means, because I actually don't know that. Hydroponic. It means hydroponics. Agricultural techniques for growing plants without soil using nutrients and water. Oh, so it's like growing plants in water, basically, huh? That's interesting. I'll look up more of that later. For now, though, I guess let's continue. I guess we'll have to... Oh, here's another seed. Nice. What is this? An industrial strength lid. Oh, is it a blender? Yeah. Alright then. Polarize anything. Okay. It's good to know. Good to know. That's another seed we need. And saline solution. Hey, look, it's Frog. Is he alive? Lord Hoppington. Oh, okay. Preserved. Alright, well, we at least have the ability to dissect a frog now. And that's what we're gonna do it here. A tray, okay. Alright then. Ooh, what is this? What is this? Roots. Oh! Okay. A dead spider? It's a fake no, it's roots of some kind from a plant. Well, alright then. What else we got? What are these? Ah, what is this? These are fluids. Preparing different. Each had a different color, right? Maybe, yeah. I need to dilute it with water. Okay. Well, we gotta get something to hold the water in, don't we? What is this? Okay. These pipes, they run down to the beakers underneath. Okay. Okay, so they flip into each. Okay. Probably water. Ah, okay. The amount of water that flows out each pipe. Okay, so we gotta dilute everything. Great. Each beaker gets the correct amount. Okay. After turning the correct levers, pull down the lever on the right to pour water. Okay. Let's see if we can't do this then. Though these are all numbered differently. I don't know why. Let me try it first and see. Failed. Okay. There's not enough in this one and this one, so these two need. Of course she gets more. Alright then. I guess let's go from left to right. So this one needs more. So let's move this one. Still no, okay. Does that turn it off? Ah, but now this is filled up more. Okay. So when you point it down, it splits the water. Ah! Ah ha 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 ha. Okay. There. What do you mean failed? That's it. Everything's equal. Unless what? I guess this is supposed to have more water to it. Okay. What if I just point all these down, split everything up? Yeah, that simple, just point everything downwards? Well, whatever. Anyways, we have beakers, we have water, we have everything we need. 5 types of seeds. Oh, we need more seeds. 1, 2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 seeds. 4 seeds, okay. We're missing one. Let's look around a little more. Nothing here. Ooh, you can go on this side for stuff. What is this? A scalpel to dissect the frog with. There's like a lion eating a sun. Are you even looking at it? It's a lion. How are you not getting that? What? Sorry, it's a sort of tick I picked up when I was a kid. Whenever I talk about cats, I get kind of, well, you heard. That's pretty weird. Well, whatever. Anyways, there's something right here. Can I look down? Can I access that? Whatever that is. Last seed. Here he is. What is this now? Oh, this must be the drain for the saline solution. No, jeez, Sigma. What do you have to... Whatever. Waste tank. Okay. This must be where we dissect the frog then, I assume. Okay. Pour the ethanol down the drain. Poor froggy. Now then. What did it do next? Remove the specimen. Dispose by pouring it down. Yep. Gathering liquid waste. Begin dissection using the provided scalpel. Alright. Yeah, I wonder if anyone had to dissect a frog, because I know I didn't back in high school. We did not. So, well, no, we did just have to dissect like a calf liver or something, but oh well. Let's slice into this bad boy. Meh. It's an ex-frog. Alright. Huh. Something came out of his stomach. A blue capsule? What is this? It's blue. Metal protrusion. Is there anything else inside this thing? No? Oh well. Can I combine it somehow with these ones? Okay. Well then. I guess we'll just leave that for now. I think we have all the seeds. What is this? Replicator. Okay. Anyways, we have all the seeds we need. So, what do we do with these? Packing 5 types of seeds, yes. Put them in the beakers. Okay. Huh. Alright then, I guess let's see which one goes in which. 1 part fluid, 10 parts water. That might be why, I don't know. Whatever though. Long seeds fail to germinate in 3 of the liquids. Okay. So the longer seeds don't germinate. Round seeds and fluids B and D fail to germinate. So round seeds can't go in B or D. None of the marked seeds are germinated if put in green. Okay. Non-marked seeds don't germinate in fluid A or B. Okay. When striped seeds were put into fluid D and E, one of them failed to germinate. Well, then how are we supposed to find out? Ugh, whatever. I might just look up a guide for this, because this is way too confusing for me already. Let's see. A is red, C is green. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not doing this. I'm gonna follow the guide here because I don't have. It's like what, almost 9 o'clock at night. I'm not gonna follow through trying to write down all this stuff. So let's see. Following them. Let's see. Round seeds with half mark goes in A. Round seeds with half mark. Here. Yep. Okay, round seed with half mark go in fluid A, which is red. Okay, so yeah. Can I switch these? Do I just... Ah, okay, good. So round seed with half goes in A, which is red. B is yellow. Okay. B is yellow against the long striped seeds. Good. C is green, which means the round unmarked seeds. That's these ones. D is the long unmarked seeds, and E is the round striped seeds. Should be fine. There we go. Alright. Sowing your seeds. That sounds weird. Ooh, we got a red capsule this time. Let's see what we got in here. Sorry, I just moved the microphone so I'm not hunched over. Red capsule. Can I combine this with the blue? No, I cannot. Okay. Okay. What is this? Used for science. Wow. Alright then. I mean, it says it can pulverize anything, right? Maybe... I don't know, maybe there's something in these seeds. Don't you think you should put all of them in? 5 different types of seeds. Huh. Alright then. Put 1 of each type of seeds. Pulverize. Okay. What do I do now? There's a binder on the wall. Oh, I didn't even notice this. It says DNA extraction instructions. Okay. I didn't even notice the binder. Place plant material and activate blender. Once material has been thoroughly broken down, add in solution of saline water. Okay, we have that. It'll filter. Pour the ethanol into the beaker. Okay. Empty capsules are collected. Alright. Let us... What is this? Saline water. There. Let's put this in here. Sorry. There's a funnel above the beaker. Filtered liquid comes out of it. It'll drip down. Ooh, it's yellow. What is this now exactly? Drip down. Once it has done so, pour the ethanol into the beaker. Ethanol? Empty capsules are collected. Do we have ethanol? Roots, blue capsule, red capsule. Where do we get the ethanol? Oh wait, the waste container, right. The ethanol used for the frog. We have to go back and get it, I guess. How do we... Yeah! Now we can put the ethanol we stole from... Well, not stole. Ethanol we got from dissecting the frog into this bad boy. DNA should collect the bottom, it said. There you go. And then we use one of the containers to collect it up. Yeah, all that can go in one beaker? Alright. I guess all that stuff is the green beaker now, huh? Let's see. Oh, okay. Well, apparently that's not the only plant material, it's the roots. Throw these in now and do much the same process. Alright, that's done. Saline in it. Da-da! Ooh, green this time. Great, great. Alright, next is the ethanol. Wait a little while, and DNA. It's Hulk DNA this time, ha. Alright, let's collect this up. Alright, that's 4 capsules. Yeah, we should be able to get a safe password. Good. Alright, let's see here. The guide says to put all 4 of them in here. Oh, okay, good. What's that? Something in here? Okay, what's in here? What is this? A simplified version of a DNA sequence. Okay. A is adenine, G is guanine, C is cytosine, and T is thymine. Okay. Guess we're supposed to manipulate it by pairing the bases up? 4 bases, yes, but you only bind A and T or G and C. There's also U for... That's for RNA now that I think about it, huh? Oh, whatever then. Let's solve this puzzle here. Guess we'll have to pair up each with each. So, I can't go with C. We'll have to switch this. Oh. Okay, Alright then, let's see. We have to match up each and each, right? Yeah. So A goes with T. Right. These match up, that's good. T starts at the bottom here. Oh. We got it. We can't. It switches both. Okay. So G has to go with C. AT. Yep, that's right. Meaning we can't switch this. We have to switch this at the bottom here to G, C, G, A, T. This should be fine. right? There's no check button. Huh. That's, I guess I'm missing something here. Oh, maybe it's the size has to match as well. Whatever. I'm gonna do this with a guide because we're like, what, almost 30 minutes in. We haven't really done much story stuff, so whatever. Anyways, let's see. Second row say GAT GCT. Okay. Let me click retry, reset everything here. G AC GT. Yep. Make the fourth row say GTG. TAC. Move the fifth rows so the A's touch T's and C's touch G's. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. A's touch G's. C's. A's touch T's and C's touch G's. Right. How are you supposed to know that? Whatever. In any event. Safe password. We got it. Good. There's something on it. Yeah, there is. Oh, a safe password. Good. Yeah. You know what? Now for the other one. In that we're not even done yet. Still one more. Screen changed. The thing we put out plant DNA. Yes. Maybe that caused this? Huh. Alright. Well, whatever. Let's see. Star, moon, sun in a vertical order. Got it. Let's put it in the safe. Alright. Star, moon, sun. There's our gold file. Let me look through, see if I can actually reveal some of the stuff in here or not. Okay, so, the stuff in the secret files in this was, how do I put this? They do kind of reveal some stuff. I can show you some of it because I don't think the game actually tells you this. So I'll show you some of it, but there's one thing I can't show you, which is why I won't go into the menu itself. So, yeah. Anyways, first off is this little blurb here about how the facility has 2 stories, of course. Then there's actual information on Radical 6 itself. Just skimming through it here. Okay, yeah. So it's basically it slows down your perception of time, essentially making it so that it's for you your perception of time slows down in a sense. Well, it slows down in the sense that everything speeds up. So, in other words, it reduces. Yeah, it says there if the brain operates on a 1-to-1 basis in regards to time, it reduces that to about 1. It reduces that to about 1 to Radical 6. Or approximately 0.408, which means for every second that passes outside, you only feel about half a second pass inside. In other words, when 1 second passes inside, about 2.45 seconds, or Radical 6 seconds, have passed outside. Oh, Radical 1/6. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, okay, that's why I called Radical 6. So basically, it skews your perception of time, basically, so that when we think 1 second has passed, in reality, 2.45, 2.5 seconds have passed, which is, I guess, which I guess means that it's like faster. That's why everything appears faster, I suppose. Huh. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. The disparity of time causes the brain to be flooded with too much information, and attempt to take their own lives, which is arguably the most terrifying aspect. Oh, okay. So it's literally that it's possible that there's too much information coming in. Huh. Harvest antibodies with someone with a natural immunity to the virus. So that's why Quark tried to kill himself. Because that's literally what Radical 6 does. Oh, okay. Okay. Can I show the next one? Okay, yes I can. Okay. The bodies are piled up from the roads. The entire area reeks. Okay. Huh. The few humans have survived but locked away. Okay. Oh, except from a journal. Huh. Alright then. Can I show the next thing? No, I couldn't. Okay. Then it just shows some information on Quark's hat, what he has in there, and Excelivir. Yes, here it is. Great. Anyways, I guess let's kind of get back. There we go. Great. Let's get back into this and enter the other safe code into this bad boy. Injection gun. What do we got? Oh, okay. Let me see. Moon, sun. Got it. Good. Moon. That's a star, not a sun. Alright, let's get out of here. Ha! It opened. Great. First is... Really? Not gonna take the... Whatever. Floor B, which we already know. Next up is... the key cards. I don't know how you avoid the very thing that's clearly outlined. Whatever. Here's the moon cards. Grand. Notebook. Sigma, do you not see the... whatever. Anything interesting? What the heck is this? A journal? Got dates? Yeah, but you can't read any of it, huh? Oh, thanks for not showing it so I can't translate it. A bottle clearly marked Excelivir. A-X-E-L-A-V-I-R. Excelivir? Axlever? Wait, didn't Luna say something about, Excelivir? Well, here it is. Great! We can cure Quark's Radical 6. We got the key. Let's go. Oh god, we're 30 minutes in. I can tell this episode's gonna be over an hour long, isn't it? Whatever. Let's get out of here. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, sorry. This feels like Resident Evil, where like I half expect something to jump scare me through the door when the door opens.
Hey, hold on a minute. There's something... Nah, I guess there's a couple of things I want to double check. Well, one of them's not really significant, I guess.
Huh?
First off, this machine. We didn't even end up using this thing, did we?
Oh yeah, we didn't.
I
Yeah.
was just wondering what it was.
Well, not sure how I'm supposed to answer that. Look at the side there. There's a name or something. IG Replicator?
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
So it's like a copy machine. But what does IG mean?
Yeah, probably copies IG, whatever that is.
Any ideas?
Who knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
Of course. This machine must be here so we can make... just so we can make all the ice cream we want. Are you nuts? You're one idiotic girl, you know that? In other words, an IG.
Oh, good one.
Hey, this isn't the time for stupid jokes. There's a helpless child back there in the infirmary who needs our help.
He was right, of course. I hung my head in shame.
At any rate, as long as we don't know what IG means, we can't do anything with this machine, right?
Pretty much.
That's right.
Makes sense. On to the second issue. Sigma, you found a journal and some sort of vial in the safe, right? The
Yeah.
vial. Could you show it to me again? I didn't really
Why?
get a good look at it before. You guys were in there so close I could barely see it. Was it really Excelivir?
Yeah, definitely. As I spoke, I pulled it out of my pocket. See? It's written right there on the label. Well, I mean, just because it's written on the label doesn't mean it's actually Excelivir, huh?
You really are an idiot.
Huh?
Although I guess in this case the G in IG stands for guy.
What? I don't... The words were barely out of my mouth when he moved. Yep. Before I could blink, the vial disappeared from my hand. Hey, what gives?
What are you doing?
Dio slipped the vial quickly into his coat.
Oh, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. I'll even give it back to you later.
No, not later. Give it back now.
I don't think so. If you want it back, you're gonna have to listen to my request.
Request?
Yeah, that's what I said. If you want this back. In the next AB game, you have to choose ally.
Ally? Wait, is that why you took the medicine? To blackmail me?
That's horrible!
But as a little child.
You're using Quark's life as leverage!
Well, I've got some really good reasons to do so. I'll be happy to give it back if you just do what I say.
I didn't realize until they started to hurt that I curled my hands into fists. If Dio would only give me an opening.
I wouldn't try and take it back by force if I were you. You make any sudden moves and I'll smash it.
He patted his pocket gently.
Oh, and one more thing. Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelavir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
Ugh.
That's not fair.
This game isn't about compassion. It's not about being clever. It's about one thing. How well you can manipulate people to your advantage. How unfair you can be. So, what are you gonna do? Ready to promise me you'll pick ally?
Fine. I promise.
Sigma!
Oh,
Yeah,
I knew
maniacal
you'd say it
laugh.
eventually. I'm glad you understand how this works. But don't think about trying anything funny. Break your promise and, well, you know what happens. See you chumps later. I'm really looking forward to the next round.
Yeah, great. With one last self-satisfied chuckle, Dio strutted out of the room. Oh, that's great.
Are you really going to do what he says?
I mean, we kind of have to at this point. Yeah.
Sigma, you've only got one BP right now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. If I say yes, he'll basically kill me.
If we choose ally and he chooses betray,
I know. I'll drop to -1, and that means I'll get penalized.
but that means
Look, it's not like I want to, alright? If we don't do as he says, he'll destroy the medicine. If he does that, then Quark will...
so you're going to die to save his life? That's... Why would you do that?
In all honesty, I was terrified. My choice was far from a foregone conclusion. Well, we should get back to the upper floor. Everyone else is probably finished already, so I bet they're waiting on us. I didn't wait for Clover's response. Well, this is awful. Oh well. Though I did notice there were 2 routes, so maybe we could pick Betray after all. So, what do we have here? What's the situation this time? Doors open.
An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
Sorry, I went ahead and cracked it open a bit early.
Dio. In one of his hands was a moon key. Twirled it around like a veteran gambler, grinned, and slid it back into his pocket.
You don't mind, right? I figured you and Clover would get up here right away. Besides, I thought it'd be best to get this done soon before you lose your nerve. I don't know about you, but I'm really looking forward to the next round.
I glanced around the warehouse. Alice and Kay were back, as was Phi. And of course, Clover. Where are Tenmyoji and the rest of them?
They're in the infirmary.
We carried Quark to one of the beds. Tenmyoji and Luna are looking after him.
I see.
How's he doing?
Well, it's hard to say. He seems to be sleeping soundly, but beyond that, there's really no way to know.
No change then, huh?
Right.
So what was your room, Sigma?
A laboratory.
Is that so?
Did it look like the kind of place where they'd be researching viruses and DNA and those kinds of things?
Yeah, it did.
Was there any of that Excelavir?
Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelavir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
No, nothing. Beside me, Clover bit her lip.
I see.
So, how'd it go with you? Find anything interesting? Phi only shook her head. Makes sense. I think they went to the treatment room. I don't think there's anything in there. Oh well.
Where does that leave us? We still got about 40 minutes left until voting ends.
What are you gonna do?
I'm a little curious about that lab you found. I thought I might go take a peek at it.
I'll show you the way then.
That would be wonderful.
I think I'll go have a look at the room Alice, Kay, and Tenmyoji found. Never know. Maybe you missed something. Perhaps there's some Excelavir hidden somewhere in there.
Yeah, I get it. Gah. What a bastard.
Then I shall take you there.
What about you two? Where are you going?
Well, I guess I'll start by heading over to the infirmary to see how Quark's doing.
Then I will too.
Glad that's settled.
She nodded to Clover and they disappeared through the magenta door. Dio and Kay followed a few footsteps behind. Right. Well then. Okay then. Guess we should be going too.
Hold on. Show me that journal first.
Uh,
Dio told me about it. You wouldn't tell me anything about the lab, except that you found a journal with, his words, some sort of bullshit language. You said you had it, so I was hoping I could take a look.
yeah, one sec. I dug the journal out of my pocket and handed it to Phi. She began to flip through each pages, her eyes quickly scanning each one.
This is Latin.
Latin? You mean you can read it?
Yeah, with time and a dictionary.
So, in other words, no.
Pardon me for not being able to translate a dead language on the fly. This looks like some kind of research log. It's not going to be some sort of, I took the dog for a walk today. It was nice kind of stuff. I can understand a little of it. Mostly conjunctions and things like that. But most of these words I've never even seen before.
Phi started to leaf through the book again as she spoke. Then suddenly she stopped.
Wait. I can read this one. Page 216. This isn't research notes. It looks like a personal entry.
What's it say?
Don't rush me. This is gonna take a minute. Interesting. Alright, I think I got it. It looks like they're talking about Radical 6.
Oh. What? Why are they talking about that?
Not sure. Let me read it to you. Keep in mind I'm paraphrasing.
When the body... Oh. So they do explain it to you. Okay. Well, this is stuff I've literally just said earlier in this video, so... Adair. In 10 seconds, it would only feel as if 4 seconds. Ah, okay. Radical is also known as the root, right? Extreme or severe. No direct link. Okay. Yeah, only 10 seconds, 24.5 seconds have passed. Okay, so it's like the outside world is fast forwarded, huh? Oh. Our best hope is to now harvest antibodies. Okay, so it was a secret entry we saw earlier, huh? I predict I'll have a workable treatment within a decade or two. Okay. Hope we'll survive that for that long. Alright. Locked away in underground shelters. Huh. Alright then. Whoa, that's a lot of information. Now that we know what the virus does to you, though. If you get infected, your brain slows down by the root of 1/6. That's what, about 40%?
That isn't the important part. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide.
Yeah, you're right. That would explain why Quark was, well, trying to kill himself.
There are two other things in here that worry me. First, the part about how they haven't managed to develop a treatment for it yet. What do you make of that?
What am I supposed to make of it? Maybe they just hadn't found out when the journal was written. I mean, from what we know, there's a drug called Excelivir that cures it.
Exactly. But in the journal it says it might take 20 years to make something like that.
Ooh. So maybe 20 years have passed? Hold on a second. I'm getting confused. When was this thing even written?
December 29th. No year.
Well, there's no way it was written this year.
Yeah, probably not. Anyway, moving on. The second concern I have is about the underground shelters it mentions. The newspaper article said something about quarantining people too. After we read it, we all thought the same thing. What if this was one of those quarantine facilities? But this journal seems to suggest the opposite. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters.
Huh. You're trying to say this place might be one of those underground shelters? Which would mean we're all supposed to be uninfected. We would have been thrown in here to keep us safe.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way to say for sure at this point, but it seems possible.
But Quark's been infected, right?
And maybe the virus got in somehow.
That
Just
would
think
be
about it for a minute.
bad.
If this is one of those shelters, a lot of things start to make sense. Maybe we've been here for a long time. Like, maybe they put us to sleep somehow. Made us sleep for years, maybe even decades. While we were sleeping, the pandemic that the newspaper article talked about happened. And whoever had this journal made this entry.
Asleep for decades, though? And then once the antiviral treatment was finished, they woke us up?
Right. It's all just speculation, but...
No, that doesn't make sense. I mean, it seems like a pretty plausible scenario, but we were all captured before the pandemic started, right?
Yeah.
And how would they have put us to sleep for that long? How would they have known to do that? But most importantly, why the hell are we playing the notary game if the point of this place is to save us? Throwing a bunch of people into a game that might kill them is a pretty weird way to protect them from a pandemic.
Yeah, you're right.
See? Huh.
We don't have enough information to make any real conclusions. I think we should see if we can find anything else.
Fi had barely finished speaking before she took off for the magenta door. Hey, weren't you coming to the infirmary with me?
Changed my mind. You can tell me about Quark later.
And with that... she was gone. Man. I let out a long, tired sigh and started off toward the infirmary. Great. Just great. How's he doing?
He seems to be stable, as far as I can tell.
Still sleeping.
I see. Mind if I take a look?
Please, go ahead.
I made my way around on the partition to the side of Quark's bed. The journal wasn't the thing Fi and I talked about, would definitely need to be addressed, but for the moment the AB game was what I needed to concentrate on. Lives were at stake. Mine and Quark's. Yep. Which means if he ever actually wakes up, yeah, he'll go insane again. Jeez. On the other hand, it wasn't like we could keep anesthetizing him forever. Yeah. We have to use the Excelivir. So He shifted a little, then fell silent again. It was enough, though. What on earth had I been thinking? How could I have even considered letting a child die in my place? Suddenly my cheeks felt hot with embarrassment and disgust. That I had considered letting Quirk die even for a minute was pathetic. There was only one choice. There had ever only been one choice. No way I was going to leave, because was I going to leave Quirk to die? My hands tightened to fist as I looked down on him. Any uncertainty I felt before was gone. I knew what I had to do.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Looks like it's almost time. You two should head back.
What about you?
Not going. I'm worried about Quark.
But you're a solo. If you don't vote...
I'll automatically ally. I know. I heard the voice on the intercom just like you.
What are you going to do if Kay and Alice both betray?
Nothing, I suppose. Just means I lost that round. I'd just be voting ally anyway. You know who my opponents are, right?
Alice is one. If he both betray and they vote ally,
Alice
he's
only
dead,
has one.
yeah.
If I pick betray and they chose ally, I'd kill her. I'm not so desperate to escape that I'm gonna kill someone for it. And even if I was, I can't leave Quark behind. You see? Doesn't matter if I go into the AB room or not. My vote's the same either way.
Tenmyoji's mind was made up. Trying to persuade him to leave would have been pointless. Alright. Take care of Quark.
Of course. You worry about yourself.
Let's go.
Okay.
Luna and I headed out of the infirmary, leaving Tenmyoji and Quark behind. Well, guess we're on our final bow, huh? When we got to the warehouse, we found everyone else waiting for us. Well, not quite everyone. One other person was missing. Let me guess. Hey, where's Dio?
Take a look at the doors.
They're all closed. When we came in here, the one on the far right was open.
And that would mean...
That he went in, I guess.
Exactly.
That bastard. He'd probably been worried I might try to take in the Accelerator from him by force, so he'd hidden himself in the AB room. What a coward. I had made up my mind to choose ally no matter what, but part of me still considered trying to jump Dio if he dropped his guard. Now he made sure I wouldn't get the chance to try.
Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh,
Luna explained Tenmyoji's choice.
I see. Well, I guess that means I don't have to worry about him picking betray.
right. What will you guys be choosing then?
Ally, of course.
Because my BP is 6, I assume.
Yes. As long as Tenmyoji votes ally, I can't choose betray. If I do, Kay's BP will go up to 9.
But what if he forces you?
You needn't worry. I would never do something so crass.
Really?
Of course.
Then you don't need to go in there.
Excuse me?
Alice can vote by herself. Then we don't have anything to worry about, right?
Well, I apologize, but I'm afraid I can't agree to that.
Why not?
I just can't. Shall we go, Alice?
Hey, hold on a minute there.
Kay continued briskly toward the AB room as if he simply hadn't heard 5. Alice scrambled to follow him, perhaps concerned he would lock her out. Only seconds later, they disappeared into the third room from the left.
I hope Alice is going to be okay.
Well, there's nothing we can do now. If Kay told the truth, she'll be fine.
5 minutes.
Sorry, then why didn't he...
Until Ambidex game polling closes.
Time's almost up. Come on, Luna.
Right.
Alright then. Well, Clover, it's time for us to go.
Oh, okay. Right behind you.
I sighed to myself and headed toward the leftmost AB room.
What are you gonna do?
I don't really have a choice, do I? There's only one thing I can do. I'm gonna choose Ally.
You can't! You'll die!
Well, you never know. Just because Dio told us that to Ally doesn't necessarily mean he's going to pick Betray.
Do you really think a jerk like that is going to choose Ally if he doesn't have to? No. No way! He's got 6 BP right now. If he picks Betray, then he'll have 9 points!
Well, what about you?
Huh?
You got 6 BP too, right? If Dio chooses Ally and we choose Betray, then you'd have 9 BP.
What? No, that's not... I didn't even realize that until you brought it up. I'm just trying to tell you that Dio is going to pick Betray. That's who he is.
And I'm trying to tell you that I've made up my mind. That's who I am. The only choice is Ally. It's the only chance we have to get that medicine back.
That's why Dio called you an IG. What makes you think he's going to give us the Excelavir, even if you do what he says?
Maybe he won't, but I can guarantee he'll destroy it if I pick Betray. That's who he is.
Fine. If you aren't gonna listen to me, then I guess I don't have a choice. I'll be pushing that button.
Huh? Before I realized what was going on, Clover ducked past me and ran toward the voting machine. No, stop! I snatched her by the arm and hauled backward with all my strength. Jeez. Wait.
Ow!
Oh, you just tossed her. Sorry, guess that was a little too hard, huh?
Hey! What do you think you're doing? You can't just throw a girl around like that.
Well, you're the one who tried to trick me.
But you're gonna die! Dio's going to kill you! You can't do this! I don't want you to die.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Thanks. It means a lot to hear you say that, Clover. I gave her my best reassuring nod and turned to face the polling machine.
3, 2, 1.
Well, time to go another route. Wonder what I'll pick next time.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Clover and I stepped out of the AB room. For several long moments we just stared at one another. Words weren't necessary. Everything she would have tried to tell me, I could already see in her eyes. Let's go. I turned and headed toward the results screen.
Sigma.
I heard her behind me, her voice barely louder than a whisper. The choice was already made. I stood up straight and kept walking. Alright. What do we have? Of course, everyone picks Ally. Betray? Whoa, what was that? Betray. What do you mean, betray? Well, at least I'm the only one that's dying. Why did Kay pick Betray?
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
What?
Sigma's BP is...
Negative.
Suddenly, all eyes were on me. I felt their weight, but stood my ground. It was the result I had expected. I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. I didn't have to wait long. There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic Soparil. I blinked, and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble and gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Hey! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Oh no! Oh no, oh no, oh no!
Trying to open my eyelids was like trying to lift sheets of lead. My eyes had lost the ability to focus, but I could make out the blur at Dio. It had to be Dio in front of the number 9 door. Dang it. You keep your promise. God dang it. I groaned with a Herculean effort and lifted my head, and then my sluggish body off the floor. Every step was a battle, and whenever I shifted my weight, my muscles threatened to give out again. But somehow I forced myself ahead, a single thought burning in my mind. I would reach Dio. Then, at last... The smudge of color faded into a recognizable person. I threw out my hand in front of him. Give it back. Give me the medicine.
Give it back. Don't act like it's yours. Are we supposed to share everything we find here?
I don't care. Just hand me the medicine.
What are you talking about?
We found the Excelivir in the laboratory.
And Dio stole it.
What?
You mean he has it? Right now?
Yeah. So?
I kept my promise. Now, you... I wasn't a fool. I knew what kind of person Dio was. There was a chance he wouldn't give us back the Excelivir. If he didn't, then I'd die with my hands around his throat. I'd gather as much of my mind as I could and get ready to attack.
Fine.
Not quite what I'd been expecting.
Here.
With a shrug, he pulled the vial out of his pocket and tossed it towards me. I caught it, pulled the tiny glass bottle to my chest, and worried I might drop it. The label said, unmistakably, Excelivir. It was the real thing. Clover, take it. I held it out toward her.
Right. Of course.
She quickly turned it into her pocket, tucked it into her pocket. Good. Now at least Quark will be alright. With that, the last of my strength left me and I dropped to my knees.
Sigma! Are you okay? Sigma! Sigma!
I guess this is it.
First, is this over real?
9 minutes later. Yep. 9 minutes. Once the soap roll was injected, I had 9 minutes until the muscle relaxant followed it. About 4 or 5 minutes had already passed, which left me with 5, give or take a little. In 5 minutes, I'd be dead. What could I do in 5 minutes? How could I save myself? I gave a raspy, quiet laugh. Even with death staring me in the face, I seemed to be determined to struggle right up to the very end. Okay, Sigma, you can do this. Clinging to discipline what little consciousness I had left, I racked my brain for any possible solutions. How could I save myself? How? There had to be something. Every problem, no matter how difficult, has a solution. There's always another option. Hopelessness is a state of mind. I just had to think. Think. If there was a way out, I'd find it. I wasn't ready to give up on life just yet. There had to be an answer. And that, my friends, is another lock. Yeah, I guess that's saving this slot. Alright, though. Wow. Another lock. So, we're like an hour in already? Yeah, we are. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, there is obviously stuff after it, but we don't have what we need to solve Oh. Oh. This is unlocked. Proof it wasn't murder. Oh, it was the stuff about Radical 6. Oh, that's right. What was it? What was it? Alice was feeling like lethargic and whatever. If she was infected with Radical 6, then she could have easily killed herself because that's what people with it do. Okay. Okay. Alright, okay. I guess what we will do is do this next time. Follow this and see where it goes. Yeah. So I guess next time what we'll do is we will follow this route. Well, I think we'll do Wait 1 second. Let me look at a flow chart of the game. I don't know what's beyond this route if I should pick this route. Let me see. Where is it? It's not loading. Of course it isn't. Sorry, I'm just trying to look to be sure. Here it is. So, let's see. Middle route. Here it is. No. Here's Virtue Less Reward 1. So let's see. It's that. Okay. So that does lead into a bad ending. Yeah, okay, so I know for a fact that this leads into a bad ending. So what I might do, because you can already expect it next time, is to just go into it and I guess play through it. So yeah, alright. Also, weirdly enough, I think every character ending actually has a name. Interesting. Clover's bad ending seems to be called Secret Agent Woman. I guess for the trophies. So, yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Okay. And that route goes the way I thought it would. Alright. Alright, sorry about that. I just had to look to be sure. So, I guess next time we're going to get the bad ending that's obviously on this path and continue on with this one over here. So, I guess with that being said, we'll go back to here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.